Why do some people seem to navigate life with joy and prosperity, while others are trapped in a life of struggle? Why are there people who manage to realize their dreams and truly live, while others merely survive?
What if I told you that every single thing that's ever happened in your life is because of you? No matter if it's good, no matter if it's bad, every bad experience you've experienced is because of you, and every single good experience you've experienced is because of you.
While circumstances, luck, or destiny may seem to dictate the rules, the final answer is not found in them. The answer lies in the greatest secret of all time, the power of your own mind. In this video, we will decode the ancient code that governs this power, the principle of mentalism. We will trace this truth from the secret dialogues between Hermes Trismegistus and the Supreme Mind to the frontiers of quantum physics that today are beginning to confirm this wisdom. We will unveil how your conscious and subconscious mind work together to create every aspect of your reality. And by the end, you will not only understand why your life is the way it is, you will see your mind as the architect of your reality, and you will hold the key to becoming the conscious master of your destiny. Prepare yourself. The decoding of your mind begins now. To understand the true depth of the power that resides in your mind, we must first listen to the echoes from where this knowledge was first whispered. This is not a modern idea. It is a timeless truth, a current of wisdom that has traveled through the centuries. Our journey begins not in a library or a laboratory, but in a sacred dialogue. The Hermetic texts describe a moment when Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great, met with a vast intelligence named Poimandres, the Supreme Mind. In this revelation, the Supreme Mind did not give Hermes rules or commandments. It revealed the fundamental nature of creation with a single, shocking truth, that the universe itself was born from thought. But this secret was not whispered in only one place. The same truth echoed through the ages, wearing different masks in different cultures. In the East, the ancient sages of India spoke of Brahman, the universal consciousness, and described our world as the dream of Brahma, a reality projected by a divine mind. In ancient Greece, the philosopher Plato told us of a world of forms, a perfect realm of pure ideas from which our material world is but an imperfect shadow. Egyptians, Hindus, Greeks, they all pointed to the same inescapable conclusion. The fundamental reality is not matter. It is consciousness. Think of this not as a belief, but as a universal law, as fundamental and undeniable as gravity. You do not believe in gravity, you operate within it. You do not see it, but you live its consequences every second. The principle of mentalism works the same way. It is an invisible force, a part of the operating system of the cosmos that governs the interaction between your consciousness and the universe. This principle has traversed millennia, from the mystery schools of Egypt to the frontiers of modern science. But what does it truly mean for you now, in this moment? How does this ancient law, which states that the all is mind, govern your thoughts, your feelings, and the reality you call your own? Now that you understand the lineage of this power, you are ready to learn how to use it. To master the law of the mind, you must first understand that your mind is not one thing. It is dual. You possess two minds, the conscious and the subconscious, and the relationship between them is the secret of all power. Think of yourself as the captain of a great ship. Your conscious mind is the captain. It stands on the bridge, it reasons, it chooses the destination, and it gives the orders. Your subconscious mind is the crew in the engine room. They do not question the orders. They simply take the captain's commands and make the ship move, controlling all the power of the engines. If the captain gives correct orders, the ship reaches a safe harbor. But if the captain, day after day, gives orders based on fear, the crew, in their blind obedience, will steer the ship straight onto the rocks. The subconscious does not argue. It only executes. Most people allow their captain to send orders of fear and limitation. I can't afford it. I'll never make it. I'm not good enough. And the subconscious crew, faithfully, creates a reality that corresponds to those orders. You create your own circumstances without realizing you are the author of them. The principle of mentalism teaches that you must become a conscious captain, the watchman at the gate of your mind, protecting your subconscious from false impressions. To understand the power of a suggestion, imagine you're on a rocking ship. You approach a passenger and say, "You don't look well. Your face is green. I think you're getting seasick. The suggestion connects with her fears. She accepts the command, and the negative suggestion becomes a reality. But if you say the same thing to an experienced sailor, he laughs. Why? Because his watchman, the conscious mind, rejected the suggestion. His belief in his own immunity was stronger. And so we realize that the power lies not in the external suggestion, but in your internal acceptance. Think of your conscious mind as the gardener, and your subconscious mind as the fertile soil that accepts any seed you plant. Your habitual thoughts are the seeds. What you consistently plant, whether weeds of fear or flowers of confidence, is what you will inevitably harvest in your body and your environment. The principle of mentalism states, the all is mind, the universe is mental. This means that all that exists is a manifestation of a universal mind, and that the mental plane precedes the physical plane. This universal law manifests through you by the law of belief, and belief in its essence is simply a thought that your mind has accepted as true. As a person thinks, feels, and believes, so is the state of their mind, body, and circumstances. This leads us to a radical shift in perception. Your mind is not a mirror, passively reflecting the world. Your mind is a projector, actively transmitting the reality you experience. A powerful testimony to this is the story of Helen Keller. Struck by an illness at just 19 months old, she was left blind and deaf, plunged into a physical universe of absolute darkness and silence. But her mind refused to be a prisoner. In her autobiography, she wrote that her mind was the only place she was free. There, she decided that her inner reality, built from imagination and language, was more real than her world of silence and darkness. And that inner world became so rich that it eventually spilled outward, allowing her to become one of the most influential writers and activists in history. Helen Keller is the human proof that circumstances do not define reality. Consciousness does. The same power is in you. In the book The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, a young woman named Nina desired an expensive bag, but her conscious mind said, "I can't afford it." Remembering the principle, she reversed the order. She mentally declared, "That bag is mine, I accept it, and my subconscious will find a way." She felt the joy of already owning it. That very evening, her fiancé gave her that exact bag as a gift. How was this possible? She filled her mind with the thought of fulfilled expectation and passed the issue to the deeper mind. In other words, she gave a new order to her captain. And the subconscious crew, which has access to infinite power and calls upon all the laws of nature, simply fulfilled the command. The law of the mind is this. The reaction we get from our subconscious mind is determined by the nature of the idea we hold in our conscious mind. When you accept an idea, your subconscious immediately begins to work to put it into practice, using all the knowledge you have ever gathered and drawing upon the infinite power within you. This is how the power of the subconscious works. Now let us pause for a moment of reflection. Take a deep breath, and for an instant, imagine your mind as a perfectly calm, serene lake. Every thought you have is like a small stone thrown into that lake. Some create gentle ripples. Others, larger, create waves that stir the entire surface. I want you to begin to choose, consciously, as the captain of your ship, which stones you will throw, because the ripples you create in your inner lake are the same that shape the ocean of your outer reality. This is your power. This is the secret of mentalism. And this secret is not just ancient philosophy. It is a truth that modern science, reluctantly, is beginning to confirm. In the early 20th century, when physicists plunged into the heart of the atom, they found no solid matter. They found a vibrant void, a tangle of energy. The father of quantum physics, Max Planck himself, was forced to conclude in his own words, "I regard matter as derivative from consciousness." Decades later, the prestigious journal Nature published an article by physicist Richard Conn Henry with an unmistakable title, "The Mental Universe," stating that the universe is immaterial, mental, and spiritual. But perhaps the most powerful proof comes not from a physics lab, but from human experience. In his classic book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Dr. Joseph Murphy tells an astonishing story. A man in Australia was suffering from advanced tuberculosis, his lungs deeply affected. His son, desperate to save him, devised a plan. He told his father he had met a monk who possessed a sacred relic, an ancient ring containing a tiny fragment of the true cross, with the power to heal instantly. The son invented an elaborate story, saying he had paid the equivalent of $500 for the chance to use the ring. When he showed the ring to his father, the sick man grasped it with overwhelming faith. He pressed it to his chest, prayed silently, and fell asleep. The next morning, he was completely healed. All clinical tests came back negative, but here is the secret. The story was an invention. The son had simply picked up a common piece of wood from the street and had a jeweler set it in a ring. What healed that man? The piece of wood? No, it was his own mind. It was his imagination, aroused to an intense degree. It was his confident expectation of healing. His conscious mind accepted a new belief, and his subconscious, in its infinite wisdom, made that belief a biological reality. And you have felt the echoes of this power in your own life. Think of that inexplicable coincidence. The moment you thought of a distant friend, and seconds later, your phone rang, or when the answer to a problem that haunted you suddenly appeared in a conversation or a book. This is not chance. It is the subtle proof that your thoughts send ripples into the field of reality, and reality responds. This is the final connection. Hermetic philosophy, quantum science, and human experience all show us the same thing. Your thoughts and beliefs are not passive reactions to your life. They are the active causes that are creating it. You are not a passive observer in a mechanical world. You are a conscious creator in a living, responsive, and mental universe. We have traced this secret from the dialogues of Hermes to the frontiers of quantum physics. We have seen its power in the proof of science and in the stories of human transformation. The truth is now undeniable. Your mind is the architect of your reality, and you are responsible for both your success and your failure. Now, the final question is, what orders have you, as the captain, been giving your ship? This knowledge is not meant to be simply known, it is meant to be lived. It is an invitation to stop being a leaf in the wind of circumstance and become the force that commands the wind. So here is your first conscious command. For the next 24 hours, act as the watchman at the gate of your mind. When a thought of fear, doubt, or limitation tries to enter, do not fight it. Simply observe it, and with the authority of a captain, refuse it entry. Tell yourself, my subconscious accepts only the orders that heal, uplift, and inspire me. This simple act of conscious command is the first and most crucial step to mastery. To anchor this power, I invite you to make a declaration. In the comments below, type the words, "I am the captain." This is more than a comment. It is an affirmation of power. It is a signal to your subconscious that you are, from this day forward, taking the helm of your life. This journey of decoding ancient wisdom is the very purpose of this channel. If you feel called to walk this path, to continue unlocking the secrets of the universe and your own power within it, then subscribe to Aspiria and activate the notification bell. Let this not be the end of a video, but the beginning of your awakening as a creator. The knowledge has been passed to you. The command has always been in your hands.